Alrighty, mucho better. So yeah, let's just start with let's hear your belly's bounce and see
Alright.
where we're at with that.
You want me to just go with myself, or
I'll play with you. Yeah, I'll calm for you.
all right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
usually 2 times is better. I think at the end sometimes people prefer 1 time through. Just kind of depends on where you're playing with. I mean, it's so fast. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
At that tempo. Nice job though. That sounds really good. Trading 4s is hard, huh?
Yeah. I'm soloing. I'm still like trying to figure out like licks and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking about today. Because there's what chords are you playing for the turnarounds and stuff like that? Just go ahead and comp through it real quick. I want to check it out. Yeah, that's it. What was with the 2 there that you threw? Like, kind of, you were like, you threw like a C minor. I saw.
I don't know. That was what was on the chart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just playing off that.
That works. I mean, it's fine. It's not necessary.
Okay. I figured it wasn't, but I've just been doing it just because.
It's like an extra thing you can do. Yeah. Everything besides that is kind of like normal stock jazz blues, though. Sometimes people make this 3 chord, a minor 7 flat 5, but in this song, the melody is stating for an E natural. Now in solos it could totally change, but I think just keep it where it's at for now. We'll deal with minor 7 flat 5s later. Just right now, so you get more comfy with it. So where else could we put an A minor? I know you know a couple more A minors. We have like, because we're thinking. Yeah. So there's our 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, right? Or you get, where else would you think to drop an A minor, maybe a little higher up on the neck, possibly? So you're here for 1 and then 4. So if that's your 1 chord, where would your 3 chord be?
If this is my 1 chord, that's what you're saying. In a different spot?
Yeah, maybe even on the same string. Maybe just right, exactly. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that A minor, right? Yeah. And then just like guitar is gonna work anyways. 6.
Okay.
2. 5.
Yeah, I remember that.
1. Yeah, sometimes it's kind of cool to be a little sassy. That's really more bluesy. Bluesy chord, that sharp 9, F7 sharp 9.
I like that chord. It's kind of in your face.
Yeah. There's your 4 chord is a sharp 9. You got to be careful with your piano player if they're comping at the same time and your soloist. Just depending on if they're going for that note or not. I mean, if they're playing a blues scale, it sure is right up that alley. But if you're playing the 9, that's safe too. So both, that'll always be safe. But if somebody's playing a natural third, do re mi, do re mi, do re mi, 1 2 3, 1 2 minor 3. Okay. So yeah, just and that's like on the fly, like listening kind of thing that comes into play every once in a while. So let's deal with this nonsense of the turnaround though, because everything else is pretty easy to solo over. It's when it goes so we got 1 lick would be that'd be one way to turn around through it. So you got because you only have 1 bar for this one, for A minor to D7, and you have 2 bars for G to C. So we have going up an A minor triad there. I like my pinky on that one personally. That just feels weird to me. This is a stock 2-5 lick. I mean, just like if you ever have one quick 2-5 anywhere, no matter what key, you can So to go ahead and play it, and I'll play with you. So. And I'll move it up a half step. Second finger, so 4, 2, 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I go ahead and start out, we'll just go.
Okay.
Is that what we can just get comfortable with it in every position, right?
Should I start on the...
Yeah, wherever you're at.
I'll be on the A.
Cool. So that's a quick 2-5 lick and a.
Okay.
And that puts you right on the. What does it put you on? The third of the next chord? Yeah, the third of the major chord. So it just stops right there. So we're going to go just A minor, D7, G major 7. So you'll be. And then just so you can hear how it kind of resolves into that.
So wait, say the progression again. So
It's a 2-5-1, but A minor, 2. It's a 2-5 and G major. So we got G A is our 2 chord, and then G A B C D. That's our 5 chord. You can always count on your fingers. No shame, and it's usually faster than everyone else sitting around trying to figure it out. Oh no, it's A flat, and then when it's a key with a bunch of flats in it, still just count it without flats. So you're like G flat, you're like G flat, you're like G A B C D. Oh, but it's G flat, so that's probably D flat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, G flat and D flat and like, what do you know? There's G flat and D flat. There's my 5. If you want to deal with that without having to be like, well, how many flats are in the key of G flat? You already wasted too much time.
yeah.
Eventually you'll be able to think that quick on the fly, but we have a guitar. Just remember you can use it, for your friend. Using scales 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, and 1. And that's just putting a chord on each of those bass notes. You can do the same thing in any octave you want to too. So we're getting a little sidetracked here, but so yeah, get back to it. So yeah, 2-5 and G major, just so you can hear how it resolves. And then
You just play it.
Yeah, I'll play it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
Is that what it ends on?
So you can play with it too. There's different ways. Something like that along those. Add some chromatic notes in there as well. But yeah, the basic. So this can get you through your turnarounds, which happen at the end of almost like every standard. And for instance, we're like. 1, 6, 2, 5. So instead of the 1 chord, you can sub it for A minor. So you can go like. It's always good to figure out them in different positions. As many different ways as you can, because you never know where you're going to be improvising. You might. be over here improvising with my first finger right here. But make sure it's practical. So yeah, let's try it from you play like on A minor, and then we'll go to G minor, so it'll be the two. So. Yeah, and then goes into F major. There is what we just went into.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, or F dominant still works. Yeah, like almost too smooth. You know, like is it really actually something I can play? Then it's like, oh, I don't know. You know, it's like, but yeah, that does work every time. That's another really, really useful one. Let's learn this one while we're on top of these A minor one. So this one's first finger on 12th fret. Pinky there. And then back up the way you just came, only with different fingers.
Okay.
So, slide. And then it'll...
Same thing?
Exact same thing. Stock, you know, like, just very much gonna happen. Yeah, piece of cake, huh? Yeah, it's the same pattern, and then it's like these things are really useful because these chords go by so fast. Yeah. I mean, what could you really get in there if you didn't just have a stock lick? Woohoo! You know, there's other stock things. It's very much the sequence is nice there, and usually when there's a sequence. Like when you play the same thing back to back, you want, on the guitar especially, to use exact same fingering. Like you just used, because you don't want to, because I mean... Yeah, that's possible, but like, I just did this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can also end on a flat 9 there, which is kind of cool. Yeah, rather than... Oh, okay, yeah. Natural 9, flat 9. Half-step approach, like we're just like with chords. You know, anytime you can approach by... This is getting that fun, like, augmented sound again. Yeah. Technically diminished sound, yeah, in this case, but even if it's a blues chord, it still works, you know. So yeah, let's just mess with those two for a minute, and I'll give you like into it. So there'll be two bars there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2 bars on F. And so before it starts to lick back over, and just kind of alternate between the two.
You're just gonna keep doing the same.
Same progression over and over again, same key, and so we get like comfy with it for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ready, go. Here we go, 2, 3, And if you want, you can vamp a little bit on the F major there at the end too, kind of vamp on it or solo on it a little bit. One thing that kind of aims for good notes for F major and other major chords is a minor pentatonic.
Okay.
It's it just accidentally lands on all these really nice tones. 3rd, 7th, major 7th, and I'll play it as a major chord now, so you don't have to worry about it being a dominant chord, even though that's what it'll be in Billy's Bounce.
Yeah.
It'll be a dominant chord. So right now we're thinking in terms of it ending in major rather than ending in dominant.
Okay.
So,
got it.
Cool.
All right.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Here we go from the top. I guess I'm giving you 4 bars of F major actually there at the end. Sorry about that, saying 2 earlier. Pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah,
so you can play with them and have fun with them, and it usually sounds a little more, what is the term? Organic.
Yeah.
Organic that way, versus it just sounding like but the listener is not gonna hate the boring sound. It's only boring to you because you're like, oh god, and a lot of people might like rag licks, but so many people use licks. Thousands of people use licks. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with them, but you might just so you know, some people are like, well, I don't do that, I always make up whatever on the fly. Well, great for you, but some of us need a little help, and it outlines the chord perfectly. So even if your band's lost and they don't know where you are, you can be like, I am right over here right now, and if you can't tell, this is the turnaround right now. Okay. That. Let's try it just this time and do it very, very stock, but think a little more swing. Don't be not like That's straight, right? You know, very much. And for Latin music, you know, if this were a bossa, that's what we'd want to do. But for a swing song, you know, it's bouncy. You know, like it's very fun. So yeah, try swinging a little bit with it. Okay. And we'll go right on it this time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can go a little slower too. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
I keep forgetting it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, now I got it. Alright, let's try.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That one's throwing me up, so it's like. I keep wanting to like.
You already in the slide, right?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a slide. I'd probably pick it still. Yeah, it doesn't sound as good as a slide on that part of the beat. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that's like a stock lick there. And both of these, because it ends, this one ends on, before I just give you the answers, what is the fifth of F? You got your fingers,
C.
right? Yeah, oh, there you go. If you can do it in your head, there you go. But yeah, it was like, just make sure. Yeah, so C, yeah. So this one ends on C, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's two versions of that too. If you use the flat 9, you actually get to slide that finger.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of nice to continue.
Yeah. So you don't really have to ever stop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to stop with the other one either. It's just smoother. So it's basically altering that very first note you played. We'll just be down a half step instead on the second time. Coming back.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's your flat 9.
Okay.
Yeah, and that kind of really pulls. It's a very hard pull in versus like a soft pull. And you have these different kinds of ways to go about it. Like maybe light and then hard, light and then a hard pull. Then the next one I might be hard. A soft ending, and then these get to be your choices, and it's a way to mix up the line too.
Okay.
Yeah, very. I mean, if it's no more directional than that, that's very directional. See how we are doing on our time here. That's 30 minutes. So we will call this one a session.